Guys, I've got a super exciting video for you today. I want to discuss with you what the best morning routine is for you if you are or you want to be a social media marketing agency owner. Look, I'm probably not the first person that you've heard talk about morning routines. A quick YouTube search shows tons and tons of videos of successful people, entrepreneurs, millionaires discussing their morning routines. So it's no doubt that having a good morning routine that fits your personality, fits the type of business that you want to run, will help you get more done and make more money. So when it comes to running an SMMA business, how in the world do you structure the best morning routine? That's what we're going to uncover today. And if you stay till the end of this video and watch this video in its entirety, I'm actually going to give you my exact morning routine right now. That helps me run two pretty successful businesses. So when looking at your morning routine, there's two key factors that you really need to look at. Point number one is you as a person. What's going to help you feel the best so that you then perform the best? The second thing we need to look at is your business, right? What are the most important activities that you need to be doing in the morning? And when I say most important activities, I mean what activities are going to really move the needle? What activities will actually make you more revenue? Because the last thing you should be doing in the morning is checking emails or just responding to messages. So on a personal level, you have to look at what's going to get you prepared. Is it getting up slightly later? Is it getting 8 hours of sleep? Is it getting 6 hours of sleep? Is it doing intermittent fasting for the first couple hours each day? Or is it eating a breakfast straight away? Is it getting up and going for a run? Or is it getting up and going straight into work? Now, these are all questions that you need to ask yourself. Again, I'm going to give you the ideal routine that works for myself and many other people that I work with, but everyone is different. So what works for me is not going to be guaranteed to work for you. As I mentioned, point number two is we've got to look at the activities, the things that you need to actually be doing in the morning time that are going to have the biggest impact on your business. Now, in your morning routine, I highly recommend that you have a block of deep work. Now, in my opinion, when we look at running a social media marketing agency, deep work to me is anything that's going to help us build out a system that's going to either give our clients better results, it's going to save us a ton of time, or it's going to make us more money. So you have to think of what systems can you build to make more money. That might be an outreach system that's automated. How can you get your clients better results? That might be a new training that you put together for your team members. And how do you save time? Again, this might be a system that automates a key part of your business that is very manual and takes a whole lot of time from your team each week. So you want to have a block that is dedicated to these activities. And again, we want to make sure that this is quote unquote deep work. Deep work for me, what it usually looks like is me sitting down at my laptop with a notepad, with no music, with no phone, with no distractions really, and just me thinking about the problem and looking realistically at how I will solve that problem. If the problem is our client managers are spending 5 to 10 hours a week onboarding new clients, well then I need to sit down and say, okay, let me save 5 to 10 hours, which will save hundreds of dollars each week, which will save thousands every single year. How can I build a system that's going to actually solve this problem? And also, how am I going to build a system that's going to do it more effectively and actually get our clients a better experience? So that's what your morning routine needs to look like. It needs to have a personal element that helps you be prepared for the day ahead so that you will actually excel at what you do. But it's also going to have a professional element so that you have these blocks for your work built in to your morning routine. And the reason I bring this up is that I fell into a little bit of a trap before with morning routines. I fell into this situation where I would get up and do a morning routine that took me like 1 to 1.5 or sometimes even 2 hours to complete. I was reading, I was journaling, I was meditating, I was doing yoga, I was doing exercise. There were so many things that I was doing that I didn't have any time to actually work. And that's great on a personal level if you're retired and you don't work. But if one of your big goals is growing your business, you've got to make sure that there's time in that morning routine for your business. And this is something that happens to a lot of people. There's many people I speak to where they go down this rabbit hole of self-improvement and they go too far in, where they will not do anything work related for the first 1 to 2 hours a day. And although that's great, that's only great if you're actually getting stuff done and you're getting the results you want to get in your business. Oftentimes the people I find that are doing those crazy long morning routines are not getting the results that they want to get. And they're more so using this morning routine as a crutch, right? This thing that makes them feel good and prepared for the day, but then they don't actually really do much throughout the day so the morning routine is almost useless. So I wanted to put that in, guys. It's a very fine line between having a morning routine that sets you up for success and a morning routine that will just feel good, but is almost like mental masturbation. You're just making yourself feel good and making yourself feel busy and productive, but it's not actually doing anything. And that topic is a topic for another day, but it's so key in business that you can identify what's actually going to get you results, what's going to move the needle, and what's just going to make you feel good and feel busy so that you feel productive. Because feeling productive is not necessarily a good thing. We want to work on things that actually get results. Okay guys, so what is the perfect routine for SMMA and what does my routine look like? I'm going to give you a very rough breakdown of what it looks like right now. Again, my morning routine changes very often, guys. I will be completely honest. It is not static. It is not the same 12 months of the year. It changes based off of who I'm with. It changes based off of where I am in the world. And it changes based off of where I'm at with my business. Am I in a growing phase or am I in a maintenance phase? So for me right now, in a semi-growth, semi-maintenance stage where we're growing, but we're not trying to grow super aggressive. Right now, I get up after at least 8 hours of sleep. Okay, so if I go to bed at 11, I'm going to get up around 7. If I go to bed a little bit later, I'll get up around 8. Now ideally, I want to be in bed by 10:30 or 11, and I want to be up for around any time between 7 and 8. Sometimes I sleep a little bit extra, and I sleep for 8.5 hours or 9 hours. To be honest, this is just something that I like to do because I like having that freedom, knowing that I don't have to get up to an alarm clock, and that makes me feel good. I'm also a big sleeper, so for me, if I was to get 6 hours of sleep, I can do it, and I've done it for periods of time, but I do not feel as good, and I do not perform as well. So I can get the same amount of work done when I've got 8 hours sleep, whereas if I had 6 hours sleep, it would actually take me much longer to get that work done. So I get 8 hours of sleep. I get straight up, brush my teeth, wash my face, and then I drink some water. Alright, ideally I'm going to drink anywhere from 500 mils to 1 litre straight away. This is not the most enjoyable thing. To be honest, most times I don't want to drink when I wake up, but I know that I'm going to feel better. My body's going to get kick-started. And it's good stuff. After this, I do some very, very basic movement. Usually just stretches, a little bit of yoga. It takes me anywhere from kind of 5 to 10 minutes. And that really just gets my blood flow up. It gets me out of this kind of cloudy headspace of when I wake up. And it just gets me into motion. Now, as of lately, what I've been doing is going straight into work. Okay, so I'm literally, if I'm up at 8, I'm sitting down at my laptop probably at 20 past 8 or 30 minutes past. And I'm going straight into building those systems. Those things that will bring big benefit to my company, that will help us grow, help us save time, help us automate more of the tasks in the business. That's what I'm working on. So for example, some of the big activities I'll do in some mornings where I'm not building a system will be writing copy, right? So writing very persuasive emails that we can send to people that are semi-interested in working with us but haven't yet taken the plunge. And that for me is a big revenue driver. So I put that in the block of being inside that deep work block of me writing and building systems. And so then for the rest of the morning, I'm pretty much just fasting, drinking water out of a big ridiculous sized mug like this, and for at least 2 hours I'm going to be doing that deep work, writing persuasive copy and building systems. Now I'm going to give you another example. This is a morning routine that works incredibly well, and I used to do this as my morning routine. So very similar. I would wake up after 8 hours of sleep, brush my teeth, drink water, wash my face, all of that stuff, do my stretches, do my little bit of yoga. Then I would go for a 10 to 15 minute walk, no music, just me in the silence, me in nature. Then I would come back, meditate for about 5 to 10 minutes, journal, do a little bit of gratitude, what I'm grateful for, goals for the day, who I am and who I want to be in the next 5-10 years. And then I would get straight into work. So for that routine, that's going to take you a bit longer. That'll take anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes a day. Works incredibly well, but as I mentioned, right now, for me, it feels best sometimes to just get up and go straight into it. If your morning routine is over an hour, I would probably strip it back. If it's bridging on an hour and a half, 2 hours, again, if that works for you, awesome. Like I said, you've got to look at it at a personal level, professional. Does it fit the two of those? Amazing if it does. If it doesn't, strip it back. If you're not where you want to be in your business, strip it back. Go more focused into your business first thing in the morning. Because first thing in the morning, guys, your cortisol is usually very, very high. Now, cortisol, I'm not going to give you the technical definition, but it's basically a stress hormone. So as you know, there's good and there's bad stress. Bad stress is the chronic stress that makes you tired, lose weight, and sick, right? Not good. Good stress is what we call eustress, EU stress. And this is stress that is good, right? This forces us to act. This is the kind of stress that is very intrinsic to motivation. And for me, what I found is that when I wake up, my cortisol is spiked big time. I've got this kind of sense of urgency of I've got to get into it. I've got to get stuff done and I've got to get moving. And for me, I take that and I use that to propel my business. right? And use that to focus on these deep work activities that will really push us forward. So there you have it, guys. There's some examples of what your morning routine should look like as an SMMA business owner. Of course, this routine works for pretty much any online business, but specifically if you want to build an agency, you need to be doing that deep work and you need to make sure that it fits in with your routine. So I hope you got some value from this video. If you did, drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and yeah, let me know if you want any other videos similar to this, and I will see you in the next video.